Sieht man schon was? Aber ich habe schon angefangen. Müsste eigentlich gleich losgehen. Noch nicht angefangen. Also jetzt sieht man mein Video. Okay, dann will ich gucken. Ja, so würde ich das dann gleich machen. Okay, du musst gucken, ob man meinen Ton hört. Hi everybody, I have no idea if I'm audible or not. Just give me a second. Let me turn this off and put these on, because depending on... Oh, wait a second, I'm hearing myself. That's a problem. I have to close this. Okay, sorry. I had the live stream going, so I was hearing myself from the past, like from 20 seconds ago or something like that. Can you maybe give me a sign if the sound is okay? Because I'm not 100% sure if it's gonna be okay, but I think it should come through all right through the camera. I just remember that back in the day when we did it last time, which is 3 months ago or so, that we had some problems with the sound. So if anything happens to the sound, please just let me know. And sorry for not properly saying hi. I'm just all over the place, and also sorry for being way too late. So first of all, hi to everyone who made it. Hi, is that, I guess it's L, the first one in the comments. Hi, Luis. Hi, Spideron, Braham Zianer, Joachim Westlund, the software pirating expert. So, and then default character. Hi, Kana. Hi, Patrick, my Celtic friend, and did I get all of you? A friendo. Hi, everybody. Hi, all of you. So yeah, sorry for kind of not getting that right in the beginning. I hope the screen is also all right. So you should see the project open on the screen and me somewhere in the down there in the corner. I hope I should be visible somewhere in the corner, and the chat should also be on the video, hopefully. If all of that is all right, then we're ready to go. So this live stream is mainly for getting the NPC Cameo Cameo giveaways, getting them done. So we had 2 of them. The first giveaway was for everybody who supported the project in the first 24 hours. So that would be up to the number 81. So supporter 81 basically was the first 24 hours. I was a little bit lenient with that, so I took basically everybody on the first day and on the second day, because I didn't want to go exactly into the hours and make the cutoff basically at the exact minute. Instead of that, I'm just basically taking everybody who was supported on the first day and everybody who was supported on the second day. So that would be 81 supporters. That's one giveaway. And then the second giveaway was announced when we had the vegan camp out in Australia, and there the cutoff goes until 144. So basically, I remember that the actual, I don't remember quite how it was, but yeah, I think the challenge back in the day was that I said something like if we reach 100 supporters or something like that after that weekend, that there would be a second giveaway, but whatever. So we got I did the cutoff there also a little bit more lenient. So basically we would have 144 supporters there. So what I'm gonna do is I was figuring out how to do it with D&D dices, basically, to get to a random number. But every system that I came up with had some kind of flaw, so I decided last minute to just basically do this via a online randomizer. So when we're gonna go for it, we're gonna just open up that online randomizer. We're gonna do 2 rounds. Obviously, the first round is gonna be from 1 to 81. And we're gonna just get one random number out, and that's then gonna be somebody who I'm gonna write a DM to, or if you look up your number and I think you should see your supporter number. There's basically like a badge or something within Kickstarter. So if you open that up and you have that number that we now then have, obviously I'm not gonna announce the name of the person, but if you have that number, you know that you're the person. And then otherwise, once the stream is done, I'm gonna then write the person who we randomly chose a DM on Kickstarter and let them know that they won the Cameo giveaway. Yeah, so let's hope that works. We're gonna do that in a few seconds. And then of course I also, like, the last update and the last stream was 3 months ago, so I think I just figured I would take this opportunity to give everybody a little bit of an update on the project and let you see some of the stuff. I'm also gonna come out with a video in just in just a few days. The video is actually already basically it's edited and it's all done. I just want to change some of the commentary that it has, because the video was made for a application for Xbox support. Basically, we were looking to work with Microsoft to get UNCAGE onto the Xbox platform, and we want to see if we can collaborate there. So I made a video presentation specifically for that. But if and I wanted to also, obviously, there was a lot of work going into that video, so I'm gonna also use that video and basically publish it, because it is a perfect update basically on the current situation with the project. It has all the information in it, but because it was specifically done for Microsoft, I want to just change some of the commentary, so it's less targeted towards obviously a business opportunity and more targeted about letting everybody know what's going on. And I want to also put in some personal information and what's been happening in the last 3 months. So, which is obviously, that doesn't belong into a business presentation, but it very much belongs into a presentation that I do for all the supporters of the project, and obviously everybody out there who is interested in UNCAGE. Let me just look into the chat real quick and see. So everything looks nice, except chat on the screen is a bit hard to read. Yeah, I'm sorry about that with the chat, but yeah, I think we can maybe live with that. It's just, I'm just trying to have chat in the video itself, just to make sure that if something funny happens in the chat, that we don't lose that afterwards. But otherwise, I think it's being recorded inside of YouTube anyway, so you don't have to, like, we're not relying on the video version, but the chat itself is actually going to be recorded, so it should be fine. So yeah, you can hear my voice. That is good. Then otherwise, so just yeah. I try to scale it a little bit. I hope that's gonna make it a little bit better. So sounds perfect for the best luck with the possible Xbox lines from a Sony point. Yeah, so obviously it's not like I have necessarily a strong preference when it comes to the platforms. I do personally have a preference. So personally, I am actually a member of the Xbox fraction, so to say. But that has a lot to do with my own kind of like my own console gamer origin story, and that is a very, very old story that actually predates Xbox and Sony's console. It's actually something that goes back to when Sega consoles still were a thing, so like 100 years ago. Because I used to be a Sega fanboy basically, and so my preference for Xbox has very personal reasons. But when it comes to UNCAGE, obviously, I don't necessarily have a preference there. I just want to get the project onto in front of as many players as possible. So obviously, I'm going to try to get it onto as many platforms as possible. But right now, I've been just focusing on seeing if I can, get a deal with Microsoft, because we have some connections there. So that was the easiest, or the least, like, how can I say this? That was the most obvious next step to take, to try to see if we can work with them, and then everything else is gonna come after that. That was just my first attempt to, obviously outside of PC. So the game right now is being developed for PC, but when it comes to the consoles, oh, why did I open up this thing? I can actually close that. So when, oh no, that was a mistake. So, okay, I think now this is fine. Yeah, now I remember how I did it. So I used to bring this down here so that it works. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out the software and everything. I have to do this more often so that I can get used to everything. It's yeah, when you have 3 months in between, you kind of forget how to work with all this stuff. So where was I? So with yeah, with Microsoft, it's yeah, that's just the first step, and then let's see if we're lucky with them and they want to get us on. Oh yeah, now I remember. So we're actually developing the game for PC, because that is basically the lowest point of entry, because for PC you don't have to have any certification or anything, but for all the consoles there is a pretty kind of demanding process to go through to even be allowed to make a game for consoles. So obviously it's the easiest first step to just do it for PC, and that is exactly what we're doing. But then when it comes to the other platforms, you just have to decide like what's going to be your first step that you want to take. And in this case, I just for several reasons, I just decided that Xbox would be the first step, and then if we're lucky and they basically we get to an agreement with them, then in the next step we can check out and see what we can do with the other platforms. Obviously, if if I was to decide, I would try to get the game onto as many platforms as possible. But it's also in the end going to be a question of resources, because obviously every platform has its own kind of constraints and things that technically have to be in place. So that is extra work, and that means somebody has to do that work. That means I have to hire somebody to do that work, because I cannot do everything myself. So if we have the resources to basically support a lot of platforms, then obviously I'm going to try to support as many platforms as possible. Okay, so then I would say let's do the giveaways first before we, or usually they use that as kind of a way to get people to stay with you, right? You do the the most exciting thing in the end, but I think I don't want to do that. So I feel like we're gonna do the most exciting thing in the beginning. So so obviously that's the giveaways. Now I just have to concentrate so I don't do any mistakes. So we're gonna do the first one first. Obviously, first things first. It's the first 24 hours giveaway, and it's basically for the first supporter up to the 81st supporter. So basically 81 potential winners. So for that I'm gonna go into, I opened my browser. That's great. That's very helpful. So let me quickly reopen it. This is gonna be, so I'm gonna just basically reopen my last session. Probably have to quickly close this. Okay, so this is, can you even okay, maybe I have to make this a little bit smaller. Sorry, that was in front of the chat. That was not on purpose. Oh yeah, I'm seeing we have drum rolls. So the drum rolls are already rolling. Kana is doing the drum rolls. Thanks, Kana, for the drum rolls. Okay, so this is, I have no idea what I'm doing here. So this is, I also don't like that I'm actually showing advertisement here. That is not on purpose. Oh, I think I blocked the advertisement. That's good. So I think the way this works is basically you have a range of numbers and then it randomizes it for you. So range in this case is going to be from 1 to 81. This is the first giveaway for the supporters in the first 24 hours. How many numbers is 1. So now we're going to get a random number. So now drum rolls, please. I'm just going to click this and see what happens. I hope that it's going to give me a number between 1 and 81. And then I'm going to write that down. So basically this is going to be next to this one. It's going to be the first giveaway, and then next to this one is going to be the second giveaway for everybody within, like, up to the weekend of Vegan Campout. So I'm gonna press the button now. Let's see. Okay, so I pressed the button. Nothing is happening right now. Why is nothing happening? Is it down here? Did it already do something? Oh no. Why is nothing happening? I don't want to click on it again, because if we already have a number, then I don't want to, I don't want to basically create a new random number. That's not the idea. No, it doesn't seem that it worked, so I'm gonna try to do this one more time. Yeah, okay, so now the cursor turned into something that looks like I can click it, so it should work now. Okay, so it worked. And number 13. That's kind of cool. Lucky number 13 is going to be the first winner of the first giveaway for everybody who supported in the first 24 hours. So if you log into Kickstarter and you see that you have a badge with the number 13, then you're the person who won the first giveaway. So that's very exciting. I have no idea who it is. So once we're done with this, I'm going to check out myself who the number 13 actually is. And yeah, I can't do it now because then I would have to open the browser and everybody would see who it is. And obviously I want to respect everybody's privacy. So we're not going to do that. Okay, so now the second giveaway. Yeah, if number 13, by the way, is in the chat, and if you don't care that everybody knows that you're the lucky winner, obviously you can just say that it's you, if you like. That is also cool. So yeah, I think that would be funny for chat to know that the person is actually here. Okay, so now let's go to the second lucky winner. And this is now going to go from 1 to 144. 144. And again, one number, and we're gonna click. And so get ready with the drum rolls. This is the second and last chance for today. Did it do something? No, I didn't do anything. Okay, so now I clicked and we should get a number. 129 is the second number. So the second winner is going to be supporter number 129. That is our second NPC giveaway. So number 13 and number, can you read that? Number 129. That's our two lucky winners. So if you have that, if you have that number, in front of your badge, then you won. And if not, if those two are not here, they're gonna know when I'm done here. First thing I'm gonna do is writing them and let them know that they're won. Okay, so that's the NPC Cameo giveaways out of the way. I would say let's then turn this off again, so we don't get bombarded with advertisement in the stream that we don't want to show. So congrats to these two individuals, obviously. Chat is celebrating without us knowing actually who we are celebrating with, but somebody's gonna be happy, I guess. So that's that. Let's get back to UNCAGE. So there is, I don't even know, to be honest, I don't even know where to start, because we actually have so many new features. I think maybe the most significant new features that we have is the quest and the dialogue system. Oh, by the way, I'm stupid. I didn't even ask. So everybody in chat, is there anybody in chat who had the chance to actually install the new demo? And because I think most of you are probably supporters of the Kickstarter, so you probably will have had the message with the link to the newest version. So did anybody have the chance to actually install it and see if it runs on your machine? So we still have the same limitations as we had with the last version. So it still requires DirectX 12 to run, and that is something that right now it's pretty hard for me. As long as I'm doing the optimization myself, it is going to be pretty hard for me to solve, because it's something inherent to to some core features of Unreal Engine 5, which is the platform that we're developing on. So it is something that can be solved, and we could make a version that runs on DirectX 11, but that goes a little bit beyond my capabilities. Obviously, I'm just a baby as a game dev, and even if you are an experienced game dev, that is something that usually an engine programmer would do, or somebody who is like specifically experienced in doing that sort of thing. So I'm probably not going to get that solved myself. We might get it solved at a later point when we progress and we actually have a team who work with me on this. But right now you need a graphics card that is DirectX 12 capable. So do we have... I know that Kana actually installed it and had it run. So what I can tell you though is that if you have a graphics card that is compatible and that supports DirectX 12, then this version should definitely run better than the last version. So on my machine, for instance, it runs pretty stably around 30 FPS. Sometimes it has a little bit of a hiccup, but most of the time it's pretty stable on 30 FPS. And actually most of the time, or like 70% of the time, it's actually well beyond 30 FPS. So it's sometimes in the 40s, sometimes like at some places even in near the 50s. Obviously, at some point we want to get it to run at 60 stably, but that again is something that you get that when you have somebody experienced in optimizing. I'm just doing whatever I can. And I have to also say that only a little bit of the time that I spend into further developing the project has been spent on optimization, because obviously I'm still at a point where I'm trying to implement a lot of new features. So if I just spend the time optimizing, I'm not going to get anything new into the project. And obviously at this point I'm trying to, we're not, like the demo is not nearly where I wanted to have to actually be a good demonstration of my vision for the game. So as long as we're not there, most of the time goes into implementing new features. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to at least make sure that the performance doesn't get worse, because obviously the more new stuff you bring into the project, everything new basically you bring into the project, be it content or be it features, is going to have some performance cost in some way. So theoretically the performance should get worse the more stuff you get into the project. And I'm trying to definitely at least avoid that. So my challenge for myself is basically to, while I'm bringing new stuff into the project, to make sure that the performance doesn't get worse, and if I can, to get it to become better. So that's for me just kind of a check to make sure that I'm not just putting a lot of stuff into the project and convoluting it in a way where performance gets worse and worse, and make sure that we don't get to a point where we're gonna struggle then to once we want to actually then ship the game, that we're gonna struggle to get it actually to perform. So just for you to know that I'm obviously aware of the pitfalls there and I'm trying to navigate them. Okay, so going back to the actual features, so I think the most significant features, the new ones, are the quest and dialogue system, basically. So we now have a full-fledged quest and dialogue system, which means, obviously the last version was just something you could play in, but didn't really have the structure of a game. And now, because of the quest system, we actually have quests. The idea is later on in the game to actually have missions, basically. So like an episodic kind of gameplay where you can you have different missions that you can go in and where you can free animals and stuff, and with the quest system that actually is now something that takes shape. Somebody's saying, so you had about 20 FPS on a AMD 6. Okay, so I'm not really with AMD cards. I'm not exactly. I don't have a good overview of them, because I myself run a NVIDIA card on my machine, because obviously when I bought the workstation, I tried to get the most performant card that I could get back then. So it's a 3090 that I have on this one, but if you're saying it's a very weak computer. Well, if it runs 20 FPS, that's actually not bad, because you have to keep in mind. So I have a pretty hefty workstation here, and mostly the performance is going to be GPU bound. So it's the limitation is the GPU. The CPU is not going to make that much of a difference, because Unreal Engine is when it comes to the game thread, it's usually just running on a single thread, basically. So in my case, for instance, I actually have a huge CPU in the machine with 64 cores, so 128 logic cores or threads, and the game is not really using that. The game just runs on one core, basically. So what really matters is the GPU. So so if you run it on 20 FPS, that's actually pretty good for your machine, because on a 3090 it's still, as I said, it's doing 30 FPS most of the time, and then sometimes it goes up to higher numbers, but 20 is actually not bad. And yeah, so the game was playable. Yeah, so 20 is it's not great, but it's still in a range where yeah, it's playable. So but just so it's already great that it runs on your machine. And if it runs, then what you can expect is that with every new update that I'm gonna now obviously gonna try to bring every few weeks, and you know as quick as I can, I'm gonna try to at least keep the performance where it is now. So I'm gonna at least make sure that it doesn't get worse. And I might actually have a point where I, like for instance, right now I have implemented most of the stuff that I want to implement. I think I'm going to spend another like 1 or 2 weeks into implementing some more stuff that I'm going to show you in a second. Like we have a drone system right now, and I want to flesh out that drone system a little bit more. The drone itself is not in the demo right now, although I should say I can show you if you start the game in the demo and you just turn around in this direction, you see this little thing. It's basically a space drone. It's gonna be different later because obviously this is not a science fiction game. So right now this is just basically a placeholder for the actual drone that we're gonna bring in later. But this is the drone with a camera. So if I accidentally left the drone inside of the demo. It is not implemented. That means you cannot play the drone, but the system is already in the demo. So theoretically, if I had implemented it, you could actually basically use the drone and fly around. But I'm going to show you that in a second. So the idea is, I want to just go away from here because this is kind of giving a false kind of image of what it's gonna be, because obviously this is kind of a science fiction drone, but we're gonna just put in a normal real life drone. And then the idea is that before you actually start going into the mission yourself, you can fly the drone into the mission area, and you can actually mark the mission targets. Like in this case, it's going to be the foxes, basically. You fly the drone in, you can mark the different animals that you want to free. And then that way, there's going to be basically waypoints where you see where you have to go to. You can orient that way. And it's also going to give you specific information about the animals and everything. So that's... that's basically the next thing that I'm implementing right now. I'm going to show you in a second. It's already playable, so the drone, you can already fly it. It already has this functionality where it, where it, you know what? Why am I actually talking? I can just go into the game and show you. Shall we? So I'm just figuring out if I should show you the drone first. Yeah, I'm going to show you the drone first, and then after that I'm going to show you the dialogue system. And also, the stream is not going to be that long today because I have to eat something. I'm really hungry. So I think we're going to maybe play for half an hour or something like that. And then in a few days there's going to be anyway the video where a lot of the new features is going to be in the video anyways. But right now I just want to show you some of the stuff, and it's obviously much more fun and much more exciting to show it this way, because then you have a chance to actually give live feedback. So I want to show you some of the more exciting stuff now, but then you get a pretty good overview once the video comes out in a few days. It's going to be a half an hour video with all the new features presented in it. So look out for that in the next few days on YouTube. And right now, let's just press the play button and show you what's going on here. Okay, it just gave me an error message. I have no idea why. So if we're unlucky, it might actually crash. I hope it's not going to crash. Okay, this is looking good. So this is basically the drone system as it is now. You can fly around. So right now we're flying up. If we look this way, we can actually fly to the player and have a look at the player. can you hear the game audio? Just give me a hint if you actually hear the game audio, because what I want to also say is that all the music that you can hear now, Craig Peters of Sound Iron Sound Iron is basically a they make music libraries, they make virtual music instruments, and Craig Peters, who makes all the videos on their channel, and is actually one of their composers who makes demos for the sound libraries. He made all this music, so he is our composer, and all the music that you can hear, I hope that you can hear it, is all Craig's work, and I implemented it into a adaptive system where it changes depending on where you are. So we can basically go, near the player. We can look at the player with this. And right now, basically it has like an AI kind of capability where it scans stuff and then it just marks stuff. So like, for instance, let me see if I can find something that we can mark. Like for instance, so if you haven't played the demo yet, this is Lisa. This is the second animal NPC that we're gonna basically talk to. It's a giant spider, and she's gonna give us some helpful information for the mission. Basically, this is Lisa. I think the one of you and Kana, you two basically have already met Lisa, I guess. Everybody else, I'm gonna actually play the normal gameplay in a second, and then you can actually get to know Lisa as well. So basically, if we, for instance, if we fly up here, we can mark some of this stuff. Look, now we marked the whole tower, for instance. So this is basically a functionality where we can mark things and then we can use them as a target to get there or free an animal or whatever. This tree is, by the way, also new. It's actually a banyan tree, if you know them, but I changed it a little bit and made it into part of the lore. It's now a mythological, an UNCAGE mythology tree called the Mother Tree. And the Mother Trees basically are where you get your upgrades and kind of new abilities for the player. So this is a Mother Tree. Now we can fly to the actual fur farm, which is here. All right. So as you see, the music now changes, because once we get closer here, we get to this more creepy sounding music. Mark all kinds of things. Right now the enemies don't react to the drone, but once I implemented the drone system correctly, I wanted to be in a way where if you stay near the enemies too long, they're gonna actually attack the drone, basically. So because obviously if you would have a drone flying around the fur farm, the enemies would attack the drone. So that's the idea. So yeah, this is basically how it works. We can, do all kinds of markings. Now if we, these are dead animals over here. Ooh, he's not gonna attack us, is he? Oh, so we just triggered the alarm. But if we go in here, we can actually mark the animals themselves that we want to free. Okay, so I implemented this that if we do actually mark the foxes, the actual animals, then it actually gives us basically And the drone system announces that we just marked one of the mission targets. If you listen to it. It's a little bit. I should make it a little bit louder. It's almost not audible, but yeah, I'm just still working on this. Okay. Yeah. So that's basically that. We can maybe go out and leave this for now. Yeah. So that's the whole drone system right there. And I would say I'm gonna jump out of the game now and just play normally as the normal player, so I can show you the dialogue system and the quest system, because I think that's maybe the most exciting new feature. So here we go. Let's jump out of the game for a second. Okay, so what is everybody thinking? So Patrick, I saw that you said you like the mother tree and the spider. Yeah, I'm a fan of both of those parts of the game as well. So Lisa is actually a favorite of mine, and the mother tree concept. I just thought that it, I just like trees. So and then when I found this banyan tree, and I found it as an asset on a different platform, and I just brought it in. But then I thought, well, I want to, do something special and something a little bit more mythologically and magic looking with it. So I changed the colors, and I just remodeled parts of it, and basically, just broke it down to its parts, and then rebuilt it in a different way. And I just thought I just like mythology around trees. It's a lot of the Nordic and also Celtic mythology has a lot of obviously natural aspects in it. So trees usually play a big role there, and I very much enjoy those mythologies. So I try to bring some of that into UNCAGE. Obviously, most of the game is supposed to be more kind of like reality grounded in reality. But I think you should always have like a little bit of magic there, because obviously, if it's just reality, then we can just stay in reality. We don't have to, to me, games always feel like some a place that you want to escape to. So obviously, I wanna bring some magical aspects to it, so that the game actually becomes a place you want to escape to. Okay, so I would say let me just change the controls a little bit, so that we can actually go with the drone. That's gonna just take a few not with the drone, but with the player. That's just gonna take a few seconds. And then we can have another go. So possession, disabled, and then the player character should be possessed. Okay. And oh no, what am I doing? That was not what I okay, now we're good. And let's go for a second round. Okay, so if everything works out, we should get a dialogue right away with... Oh, and it does not work. So I have to find out why it doesn't work. Or what we can do is... what I can do is I can close the engine and instead just run the demo. Because obviously what I want to show you now is just basically the standard gameplay that you see in the demo, and we can actually use the packaged project. We don't have to do that in the engine. So let me just quickly do that. Just give me a second to bring it up, and then we're just gonna go from there. So this is the newest version is this one. Oops, what happened? Oh, whoa, what was that? Okay, there it is again. So, oh no, what is it doing? My mouse is behaving very strangely, so I have no idea what it's doing here. Okay, now we're in. Now I can close Unreal Engine. Don't save. No, we don't have to save that. Just one thing. If I go into the game now, just one warning, it's going to be full screen. That means we're going to lose the chat inside of the video. But obviously, the normal version of the chat is still going to be there. You're just not going to see it inside of the video. You can just use it on, on YouTube. So just for you to know, because I haven't found out how to have the game run not in full screen. So just as a little warning. And then I'm not sure if my face is going to be visible as well. So if my face disappears, which probably is going to happen, I'm still here. You should still hear me, hopefully. Yeah, so we need a playable Mario character. Well, that might be a problem with Nintendo. I wouldn't have a problem with that, but Nintendo might have a problem with that. Otherwise, I think it would. I'd rather have a Sonic character though, but that's just me. Okay. Okay, so see you in the game. It should start full screen in a second. Okay, so
hey sleepyhead, wake to work. Everybody's ready to go, and they let you rest a bit longer because, well, you know why.
Oh, never tell you a secret again, Miles.
Okay, let's go now. We have a long way ahead, and I'm starting to get hungry.
Are you expecting to find food on the way to the mission?
Yeah, I checked the area last night, and there are delicious cockroaches living nearby.
Of course you did.
Don't look at me like that. I have to eat something, don't I?
You know, I told you 1,000 times. We'd love to share our food with you.
Okay. I promise once there's vegan insect replacement, I'll join the army. I swear if I spent more time with these extremists, I'll become the first ever vegan meerkat. What the heck? My parents would be so disappointed. In fact, my mom would probably kill me. Oh no, stop, Miles. Mommy's far away in Namibia, and she can't hurt you anymore. Snap out of it.
Is everything okay, Miles?
Yes. Yes. Everything's okay. Let's go. We have no time to waste.
okay, so I hope you can still hear my voice because I can't see the chat, so I'm not sure if I'm still audible. But yeah, I hope that's the case. So basically, that was the intro dialogue. If something goes wrong, this is just a request to Kana. If something goes wrong, please let me know on WhatsApp. But if everything's all right, then you don't have to say anything. So just want to make sure that I'm still audible. Okay, so yeah, so that's the introduction dialogue basically. And then when we start playing the game, as I said back here, the drone is actually here, but you cannot really do anything with it right now. So that. Now we're gonna go and speak with Lisa.
Hello, friend. Still trying to save the world?
Hi, Lisa. Yes, I'm a bit late today, though. Did you see which way the others went? Miles was going to show me the way, but he was way too fast, like he usually is.
Sure, just climb up that tower behind me and look north into the direction of the zip line going down. From there, turn 45 degrees to your right. In the distance, you'll see the mother tree of this area and another wooden tower. The other shipping are waiting for you.
Thank you, Lisa.
No problem, friend. And you'll also find a night vision device up there.
Aw, thank you so much for all the helpful information, Lisa. Can I do something for you?
Since you're late, you better take care of your world-saving business. But if you have some time later, I have some things you'd be able to help me with.
Okay, I'm gonna try to make the game a little bit let me see if I can get it to. I'm getting feedback from Kana that it is pretty loud, so I'm gonna try to reduce the volume of the game specifically a little bit. Let me see if we can do that. Okay. Yeah, let me know if this is better. I think this should be a little bit less loud.
Okay, I'll be back later.
Okay, so basically Lisa told us that up there's a night vision device, and that's the next waypoint for the quest. So now we have a quest system, and we basically get waypoints to the next quest objective, so to say. And we also have a quest UI. There's a quest journal where we get an overview of the active quests and all the objectives and stuff. So most of that is implemented. There's some bits and pieces that don't work perfectly yet, but I'm on it. So we have to climb all the way up. Yeah, and as I told you, so if I press, by the way, if you're playing the game and you press G on your keyboard, that actually gives you the FPS. So right now, if you look here, we're getting something like, it depends on which way I look, but if I look this way, we're getting 27 FPS, and if I look this way, we're getting 34 FPS. It's up there in the bottom right corner. You can see the FPS. So I'm going to leave that on, so you see if, like on a pretty recent GPU, that's kind of the performance you get. So we're up here, and now we just have to get the night vision device.
Okay, you got it.
And
To toggle night vision on, press the left trigger on your controller or N key on your keyboard. Left trigger on your controller or N key on your keyboard.
okay, so now we have basically the next objective is to get to the mother tree and meet the rest of the group. So we're gonna just do that, I guess.
Hey, Dad, now move. Let's kill these buggies and call it a day. I wanna go home and eat some. Damn, I hear the foxes scream. I should hurry and meet the others at the tree.
Okay. Listen, everybody. While you discuss the morally most justifiable course of action, there are innocent souls dying in there. And here's my plan. I'll go in and get the key and then let you in from inside. Any objections? I didn't think so. So, see you in a bit.
Hey Miles, wait. If you can, please talk to the Foxes and let them know that we're here to help.
No problem.
Well, it might be trickier than you think. They only know humans to be monsters who hold them captive, abuse, and ultimately kill them. It might be easier to get in there than to win their trust.
It might be way easier to get in there than win their trust. Yeah, understood.
So now we switched the character and we continue playing as Miles. So the idea is that the mission objective is now to get into the facility. If you heard the dialogue, you know that we're now gonna go into the facility, find the key, and get it out so that the activists can basically use the tree to get into the facility. And the second character that you just saw, the female one, it's not completely done, but I'm working on getting basically her to be the female player character, so that you can basically before you start playing, you can decide if you want to play a female or a male character. Because obviously, for now, we just have the standard player character. But in the end, I just want to give the option if you want to rather play a female character, you can do that. So that's gonna come up next. So obviously, traveling with Miles is quick. He just needs a few seconds to get into the facility. That's why it makes sense that he does that part. Oh, that was a little bit too high. Okay. So from up here we can actually see everything quite well. If you don't want to have spoilers, you're gonna see where the key is. Like, obviously, in the game, the idea is that you're gonna have to look for the tree everywhere. But if you continue watching, you're gonna see where the key is. Just a spoiler warning there. I'm gonna go and get the key now. So if you don't want to know where it is, just close your eyes for a minute. I'm going to tell you once that part is done. But if you don't care about the spoiler, this is where you can find the key. There it is. So it's basically a key pickup. And now we got it. So, and then next we want to speak with Venula, which we're gonna do right now. Obviously now we also have a combat system for Miles, so Miles can actually attack the Skinners. We can maybe just show that real quick as well. Yeah, so you can attack them and they're gonna attack you. So, that definitely works. As long as we run away quick enough, it's not a problem, because usually they don't try to get as low as we are. So the only way they're gonna get you is if you jump, but if you stay on the ground, you're safe. So it's just...
What the absolute fox is going on here?
I'm here to
Hey, what's your name? Are you working with the humans?
Yes.
For fuck's sake! What's your name?
Hi, my name is Miles. I'm here to help you and have some human friends who'll take you to safety.
What the fox did you just say?
I said I'm Miles, and I and my human friends are here to help.
That's not funny, Miles. Or whatever your name is.
Please, you gotta trust me. I was sent to free you and your friends. The humans I work with are fighting for all animals.
Friendly humans who fight for animals. Ha! Not funny.
Yes. My friends are the Earth Racers. They've pledged to spend their life fighting for the freedom of all Earthlings.
Oh, fox this. I'm out of here.
Please, you have to believe me. I'm here to help.
Okay. I guess I'll trust you. It's not like I have many options here.
Okay. So this is the plan. I'll help my human friends get through the back gate. Then they'll free you and your friends. I need you to tell everyone that we're here to help and to lead them out of the facility.
Okay.
And would you mind telling me your name too?
My name is Fanula, and I have 0 fox to give.
Nice to meet you, Fanula. That's a strange but beautiful name.
What the fox did you just say?
Nothing. I just said you have a beautiful name, Fanula.
Ha! Humans have come to save us. Can you believe that? Bloody hell.
So that was Fanula. So we just let her know that we're gonna bring the activists to help them get out, and she's then gonna get all the animals and get them out of the facility. Which doesn't exactly work yet, but yeah, it's still work in progress. So okay, so next, what is going on? So let's get out of here. So we're gonna bring the key to the mother tree where the others are. Oops. Okay, so now that we got the tree, the key, we can actually sneak into the facility and free the animals. Which from this part on, basically, this is more or less what we already had in the last demo. So now we just have to find our way into the facility. So here we are. Get down the hatch. Music changes when we go underground. And here we are. By the way, this sound that you hear, it's actually these toxic waste containers.
Down there, but right above you, there are 2 or 3 workers doing their bloody business. So make sure you don't get caught once you're back over the ground. There should be 2 valves somewhere near you. You need to set both of those to 100% pressure to unlock the next door. expected. Maybe you can find an access key somewhere if you go back. They usually leave one down there for the case that they lock themselves in.
Obviously, I did that on purpose. So we go here and grab this key card to open the second door. And now we're almost in. Almost ran into the guard. So yep, he's inside, so we might wanna do this right now. Oh no. Oh no. We've been caught. That's not good. Oh shoot. Okay. We should have been... Oh no! We're getting attacked from both sides. That's not good. Oh no. That is... Oh no. Oh! That was tragic. Okay. But I think we should be spawned right inside the facility again. If everything goes right and we don't run into a bug or something. Yep, here we go. So, we're here again. So let's see, maybe if we're quick, we can just get this done quickly. Come on. Wait a second. Okay, that worked. Good. Now we can free the animals.
You needed me.
Hey, Bela, let's get out of here. Hey, Firas, let's leave this fox in place. Hey, Fred, come, let's get the fox out of here.
Okay, something. Oh yeah, this is a little bug. If you die inside of the last part of the mission, unfortunately, it just it kind of reloads the whole mission. So now it actually didn't register that I freed the animals, and it wants me to go inside the bunker edge, which I have already done. So this is just a bug. So I think I'm gonna use this as a point of to actually leave the game real quick and speak a little bit more, because otherwise I would have to go outside and redo everything, and that would be boring. So I'm gonna just close the game for now, for a second, and I just don't know exactly. Yeah, maybe I can just reopen it so that we have it in the background while I speak. Although, no, I'm going to reopen it inside of the engine. I think that's probably the smartest way. Okay, so I'm going to reopen it inside of the engine. I guess you probably still see me. I hope so, at least. That you still see me. So this gives me a chance to actually look into the chat, because all this time I wasn't actually able to see the chat. So let me see if there's any questions or anything. Okay, so let's see if there's any questions or anything. So Joachim Westlund is saying, yes, love it. What is the in-game reasoning for Miles to have spider powers? Okay, so Miles doesn't have spider powers. It's supposed to be a grapple hook. So the idea is that it's a grapple hook, but because I haven't fleshed out all the animations and everything, I totally get that it looks like it's a Spider-Man thing, but it's actually supposed to be a grapple hook. So Miles is not in any way related to Miles Morales, so it's not a Spider Miles. So that's that. Fair warning, you can't see what we are saying. I realized that it's too loud. Kana was nice enough to let me know, so I hope in the second part it got a little bit less loud. Kana was kind enough to let me know. So what else? Yeah, so looks like you like the fox puns. Then what else? Between the legs of those evil fox. You can run you can run between the legs, everything. I don't know. I'm probably so right now. Every enemy basically has a single target point. The idea is, obviously every feature that I build in right now is a very basic version, and there's always the option to flesh everything out a little bit more. So with the combat mechanic of Miles, the idea would be to maybe at some point be able to have different target points, so that you can decide if you want to attack the head or attack foot or attack a specific body part. And obviously, being so low on the ground, there's options to body parts to attack, obviously, where it really hurts. So yeah, that's basically I decide what I implement, and I think I would find that funny to have the option to attack specific parts of the body. And maybe also, depending on which body part you attack, you could have a different kind of outcome in terms of the reactions. I think that would be funny as well. Thanks everybody for the kind feedback as well. So I see a lot of you like the mother tree. I like it too, to be honest. So, does a game take place in the US? Shooting trespassers doesn't seem very European. So with the armed guard, this is actually something that is basically bought from real life. From real life stuff. So I have a friend who's from Finland, and used to be, I'm not going to name names obviously, but it's another vegan strongman, and he used to be a direct action activist. Like back in the day, he used to actually go into fur farms and free animals and stuff. And he and another a friend of his who I also know, they've been both shot at, and he was actually even like they had to take shrapnels out of his backside. So so this is actually something that happened in real life. And I even just a few weeks ago or so, I actually saw on an animal rights page, Anni Nova. It's a German animal rights organization, and they actually had a poster or kind of like a pamphlet kind of thing that the fur farm owners had actually basically set up as a warning for activists who would, ponder the idea to go into their property. They had this warning where it shows them with masks and basically have like shotguns and stuff, and it basically says that if you're gonna if you're gonna be on our property, we're gonna shoot you. So that exists in Europe too, and when I saw that poster thing, I just thought, I don't know how the legal situation is on those things, but I think because they were masked, and obviously they wouldn't want anybody to know their identity, so they would probably also not run a copyright infringement thing or something. I was actually thinking about taking that real life poster and actually putting it into the game. I have to speak with some people who actually know the legal side of that, because obviously I don't want to give them any opportunity to attack the project in any way. Like that would probably be something they would love to do. So I just have to make sure that we're on the safe end when it comes to that. But if you would have the opportunity, I think it would be really cool to take something like that, which is obviously horrendous, that they would actually threaten people to shoot them, who are just the activists don't go in there armed or anything. They're obviously unarmed. So I think it would be great to lend those specific aspects from reality and bring them into the game. So I'm gonna look into it, but it's something that is right now just working in my head, and I'm gonna have to see how I can figure that out. So Patrick is asking, good point with the team travel, the globe liberating animals, or will the story be set around a particular area or country? Yes, so the idea is that the missions are going to be actually international, and the reason for that is just because I want to show different ways that humans exploit animals. So the idea is that the game looks at animal exploitation in different facets and in all its different forms, and I feel like for that it would be great to have the game play on an international kind of basis, so that you can show all these different forms of exploitation that we do to animals. So so it's right now my vision is to have it play in different countries and different cultures. And I also I really dislike when some people specifically target different cultures for their way of exploiting animals, and it always feels like it's kind of like, even if vegans do it, to me it feels like it's kind of hypocritical, because every culture just has horrendous ways that they do it. Obviously, if you're from a different culture, the foreign form of exploitation always looks more horrible to you, because it's something you're not used to. But if you really look into it, it's just humans everywhere on the planet are just horrible when it comes to how we treat animals. So I don't see any culture being better than another one when it comes to that. So I want to be fair to everyone and show all those different ways that we do it. Basically, that's the idea. So as I said, I don't want to pull this for too long. Mainly, I just wanted to give you a little bit of a glimpse into the project at this point. I promise that I'm going to be back, not in 3 months, but actually in a few weeks. Obviously, as I said, in the next few days, you're going to get the video where it's going to show, all the important new stuff. And then I'm going to really try to be back with the live stream maybe in 2 or 3 weeks. so that I can, and then that one is actually going to be longer than this one. Obviously, this was a very short one, but with the next one, I want to really go for a longer time and kind of show you all the new stuff, and then hopefully at that point we're going to actually have a little bit more to show with the drone as well. There's also different new playable animal characters, like Lisa is also playable. You can actually play Lisa. So I want to show all of that in the next stream. It's going to be a way longer stream, maybe, I don't know, for like 3 hours or even longer, depending on how long everybody is going to be still interested in watching me show you everything. But otherwise, I would just keep it at that for now. But I'm going to wait for another minute or two if you have any important questions that you want to get out there. There's a little bit of a delay, so while I'm saying this, it's probably going to take a minute or so until you're going to actually hear it. So I'm going to wait at least a minute to see if you have any questions that I should answer. And while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to actually go once again into the chat and see if I forgot to react to some of your questions. So let me just quickly go through this. This is where the drum rolls were still going, so there's no questions there. I'm going to just scan real quick for question marks. So I hope if you ask the question, you use the question mark so that I can find it. No, but it looks like I actually got all of them. Yeah, so this is okay. So Louis is saying I think it was difficult to hear the dialogue between Miles and Fanula. I'm aware of that. That's because the music at that point is very loud. The music is set up in a way where kind of like the creepy music that gets louder and louder the closer you get to where the animals are actually kept. That's why if you're like right where the animals are, it's a little bit too loud. So I have to tweak that system a little bit. That's why the dialogue is almost not audible enough because obviously the music is so loud. So that's going to be tweaked until the next stream. So that's that. The main protagonist sounds strangely familiar. Yeah. So obviously I did voice a few of the different characters, because that is the easiest and quickest way to do it right now, as long as we're just in a demo. But yeah, we had two great voice actors. Obviously, we had Fanula with Tanya O'Callaghan with a stellar performance, really powerful delivery there. And then Miles is my friend Hannes Jennecke, who voiced Miles. Yeah, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun once we get to actually work on on the actual game, and then we're going to obviously have like tons of more dialogue. I think it's going to be so much fun to have the different voice actors kind of do their thing with the characters. I'm really looking forward to that part, and also to actually writing all of the story and the different ways the characters interact with each other. So if everyone see you in the next one. Yeah, so see you in the next one, Patrick. Thank you so much for always being in the live streams. I think I don't remember a stream where you and Kana, I think you're the two who were in every stream thus far, I believe. So thank you so much for always being here and and joining and supporting every stream. It's really appreciated, and obviously for supporting the project as well. Thank you, Patrick. So, what does Lisa do to the effect creating her? So I want to thank you for doing this. It looks awesome. Thanks, Joachim. Thanks, man. Please date pending, I guess, but you're looking for a release date somewhere. Yeah. So if everything runs perfectly and like I could just decide when we're going to release, which obviously isn't the case because we're so early in the development process, and it's impossible to say what's going to happen and which opportunities are going to open up, and all those things. It's really hard to say, but if everything runs perfectly and I could decide, I would want to have it done by the end of 26, I would say. So basically, so that's 2.5 years of development from now, because until late this year, I hope to have the proper team together to actually start the actual development. And then because I'm aiming to have a small team and not like overbloat the project in terms of the amount of content that we want to put in there, but rather make sure that we can get everything to be as polished as possible. I think it should be doable within 2 years. So that's what I'm aiming for. But as I said, obviously it's impossible to say exactly if we're going to make it to that or not. So I'm going to wait with actually publishing a release date until I have more information and I can properly see if it's realistic or not. But right now I'm aiming for something like late 26. So Elisa White Gloves from Arc Enemy is vegan. Yeah, I know. We actually met. So yeah, obviously right now I haven't actually asked all of my friends if they wanna join the voice cast, but yeah. So Alisa's definitely on the short list. So, but I haven't asked her yet. So we'll have to see. And I have some other ideas as well, which I haven't actually told anybody. Like there's some really, really cool ideas that I haven't even told my team yet. Like even my volunteers who support me haven't even told them about some of the crazy ideas that I had in the last few weeks. So yeah, there's some crazy stuff coming up as well, which I have to figure out if I can actually get it done. But if I get it done, I think it's going to be really cool. So yeah, that's that. So I think we don't have any more questions. So I would say thanks to everybody who repeatedly makes the stream. Thanks to all of you. Thanks Annie and Patrick and Joachim and Kana and all of you who are here. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here with me and sharing this. And I'm gonna definitely announce the next stream early enough so that everybody can can mark it in their calendar and announce it properly. And don't forget, in the next few days, I'm going to put out the video as well. So thank you all so much, and thanks for the support and everything. And see you all in the next stream. Bye, everybody. Have a great evening. Bye-bye. Okay, so I just have to turn this off, I guess. How does this work?